Back in O'Kelly-Riddick Stadium in Durham, North Carolina for a great Thursday night showdown to open up MEAC Conference play. The North Carolina Central Eagles hosted the South Carolina State Bulldogs as NCCU looked to win their 16th straight game in the MEAC and round off their current home win streak to 10.
They come in our house and not leaving here with the win. Yes, sir. No wins tonight. We finish and we start the same way.
And this one was pretty much exactly what would happen if their mascots fought. Feathers were flying, fur was everywhere, bites versus beaks, teeth versus talons. I'm being extra about it, but this game was more knuck if you buck than juju on that beat. First quarter, Devonta Reynolds takes away the option pitch at a mid-air, then he turns on the Jets. 85-yard touchdown on this fumble recovery. The Eagles strike first, up 7-0. Late in the first quarter, the Dogs bite back. Kendall Cobb catches this one over the shoulder from DeJuan Ford. Cobb going all type of Gregory Hines with the footwork to stay in bounds for the touchdown. SCSU ties it up 7-7 at the end of one. Early second quarter, Bulldogs on a nice walk down the field. DeJuan Ford fakes the reverse and takes it himself to the end zone, untouched.
Hey, he's snapping. He's snapping.
And apparently, he's snapping, according to the Bulldog fan behind me. 14-7, South Carolina State. Later in the quarter, DeJuan Ford still snapping as he hits Quan Caldwell for a 26-yard score. Quan tracked this one like an Amazon package. Good vision by Mr. Caldwell for the touchdown. The Dogs howling at the moon in Durham, up 21-7. But just before the half, the Eagles start to claw back into it. Chauncey Caldwell comes into the game and starts getting it done on the ground with some good runs to set up his first pass of the night, which would end up being a 27-yard touchdown to UNC Chapel Hill transfer wideout Jordan Filatolu, who dives into me and the band, making this touchdown look easy. The Eagles close the gap to one score at the half, 21-14, South Carolina State up at the break. Now, the atmosphere in Durham was lit after two quarters for sure, but the NCCU marching sound machine had to remind us they lit like this every day. Check NCCU drum major and friend of the program over here at Game Day, Jason Pender, styling on him at the half. We see you, bruh. Keep doing your thing out there. The Eagles start the second half off with some good defense that leads to a couple of field goals to bring them within 1 point. But the Bulldogs take another long walk downfield, and DeJuan, still snapping forward, takes it to the house like slip and slide records with this 9-yard touchdown, his second of the night, to put South Carolina State back up 8 going into the fourth quarter. The Eagles with the ball, Chauncey Caldwell back to getting it done with his legs. He had some big runs to keep the NCCU fourth quarter drive going, and Nael Ramadan comes into the game and finishes it with a 20-yard touchdown pass to Jason Murphy. That score puts the Eagles down 2, and they decide to go for it. Ramadan takes it himself, looking for the corner of the end zone, and gets him up. Knocked out of my frame by Alex Brown and brought back to the turf by Paul McIver. Can we say hit of the year nominee? Eagles still down 2, 26-28. The clock's still rolling in their comeback bid to keep both their streaks alive. The NCCU defense comes up with a big stop, and the Eagles get the ball back with another chance to win. And right on cue, freshman quarterback Chauncey Caldwell finds Josh McCoy sitting in the middle of the field all by himself. McCoy runs it the rest of the way for the 38-yard score with 5.5 minutes left to play. The NCCU D makes one last stop, and North Carolina Central gets their 16th straight MEAC Conference win, their 10th straight at home, and as former quarterback Malcolm Bell reminded us on Twitter, that makes 716 days without a loss in MEAC Conference play.
Back it, man. We number 1, man. We number 1 for a reason. Early beat the squad. Early!